Welcome back, everybody. Half past the hour and happening today, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, she's going to visit a migrant detention site in Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Right now, officials are working to fulfill President Trump's orders to turn the U.S. naval base into a massive immigration detention complex. There are reports the Trump administration wants daily flights there with detainees. Since Inauguration Day, the government says about 11,000 migrants have been arrested in these raids, coast to coast. NewsNation's Ryan Bass joins us live. Ryan, where do we stand with these nationwide immigration operations?
Look, Markie, President Trump made this a key issue on the campaign trail, and he is following through on his promises. I mean, we have seen ICE raids that have been happening coast to coast from New York to Los Angeles, cities like Philadelphia, Boston. We've seen Miami included as well, and Aurora and Denver, Colorado. And the border czar that has been in charge of executing President Trump's immigration plans is Tom Homan. He spoke yesterday to the press and gave an update saying that since taking office on January 20th, as you mentioned, the Trump administration has arrested around 11,000 undocumented migrants in major cities across the U.S., and they have actually said they've reduced arrests for potential crossings at the border as well, although the official numbers on the ICE website in terms of undocumented immigrants arrests have not been updated since January 31st. Earlier this week, though, ICE targeted more than 100 alleged members of a Venezuelan gang during an early morning raid in an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado. But Homan said that a leak greatly hurt the number of violent gang members that authorities were able to arrest. Take a listen.
When you go on these operations, the operator got leaked somehow, it makes us less successful. Again, when you leak an operation, it means more bad guys are not being arrested, which means more bad guys are walking the streets. So as we address that, you're going to see the arrests increase. As the aperture opens up beyond the criminals, you're going to see more arrests. I made it clear, if you're in the country legally, you're not off the table.
And Homan has actually threatened DOJ prosecution for anybody that leaks potential raid plans that are happening across the country. Now, I want to give you some context in terms of the arrests we've seen to date for the Trump administration carrying out those immigration plans. ICE arrested around 130,000 people per year, so about 130 a day over the last 8 years. President Trump, in his first year in office now, in the second term, is projected to surpass those totals if they meet their standards and daily quotas that have been reported of about 1,200 to 1,500 arrests per day nationwide, Mark.
And Trump's DOJ just filed a lawsuit, Ryan, against Chicago, where I am right now, the state of Illinois, accusing local officials of impeding immigration efforts. I mean, we know this fight is going to be a gritty one. What more are you learning about what's going on here?
Yeah, we know that there are going to be governors in states across the country that don't necessarily agree with the policies of the Trump administration here. And this is all about sanctuary laws in specific cities across the country. Chicago and Illinois actually have laws in place that limit how much their local law enforcement can actually cooperate with ICE and carrying out some of these raids that are happening nationwide. The lawsuit seeks to block Illinois' Trust Act and similar laws, arguing that they, quote, impede the federal government's ability to regulate immigration and take enforcement actions against illegal aliens. But city and state officials say that they're protecting public safety here, and they're utilizing their own local resources to fight crime in their cities, which is why they're not utilizing that to cooperate with ICE. Illinois' governor actually said, we, quote, look forward to seeing them in court. And by the way, new Attorney General Pam Bondi, Markie, she ordered a 60-day pause on federal funding for sanctuary cities, including Chicago, pending a review just to kind of see where that funding is going and if these cities will cooperate with the Trump administration's immigration efforts. Markie?
We'll see where things head from here. Ryan Bass, thank you so much.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.